Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at how to register custom dynamic colors for blocks and items. Let's get right into it. First of all, we want to have the item or the block we want to register colors to. In this case, we'll be starting with the item. And therefore, we will have to create a model for it. I don't think we already have one. We do not. We create the model. If you use Minecraft item/generated or item/handheld, every texture layer will be the layer of the, well, the index of the layer, in this case 0, will also be the index of the color. So you can register multiple color layers for handheld or generated textures. In this case, we'll be looking at item/glass PNG. We'll be taking this texture. Input textures is block/white stained glass. Now we have effectively created a model for a handheld item that has a white stained glass as its texture. That's just as so far so simple. Next we'll be covering the event, or looking at the event. We need a mod client bus events class in which the client bus events will be handled. Event bus subscriber client, and then bus is equal to mod. Now we create a register item colors event handler, taking the register item register color handlers event.item, and now we can do event.register. Item color is the color is lambda, and the color you want to register, and it takes the item stack to be colored and the layer of coloring, which we looked at before with the model. In this case, we will want to color layer 0. So we do pstack tint index. If the tint index is equal to 0, then return first of all, this item is supposed to get lighter with each block above 0. So we just create. Do we need to return a packed light? Yeah, we need to return packed light. Okay. First of all, we need to create a little method, or we can just create that as a custom item actually. Public static int get color for item stack and int index. Now we want to get the local player because you can use client-side information as assuming it is a client-side event. Then we can do player.get y, and then we can return 255 is the maximum, and color is equal to y divided by 320 divided by 255, if I'm not mistaken. It is 320 blocks high, the world. And, oh yes, we want to multiply it with 255. Also, we needed to make it float, or we can just, no. We don't need a float, we just move this to the other side, and then it should be fine. Now we divide it by 320, and then we get the partial position of the height we are currently in, and then multiply it by 255, which is the maximum color, well, the maximum value of colors. And then we can return color bit shift 8 to the left, or, well, actually, color bit shift right to color right another time by another 8 and add it a third time. This is how you pack RGB into its packed integer form, and we just do this here. But first of all, we can also do if index is not 0, return -1. We can ignore everything that's not index 0 because we only need layer 0 to be colored. And now we can do instead of lambda, we can do a method reference called custom item : get color. And then we need to add the items that should be colored in this way. And in this case, this will be mod items custom item get. And now we have effectively created an item that is able to display how high we are up in the world. Let's test it out. And there we are. It is pretty black right now. Should get lighter as further we get up in the world. See, and now it's white. And if you fall down, it slowly turns darker and darker and darker and darker. Oh, I just realized something. Oops. Go negative. In this case, it's some kind of white. It gets darker and darker and darker and darker and darker and darker until it gets black and then it turns white. Caves and cliffs, yay. I forgot about that, but that's not important. So we have to divide it by, we have to add 64 to it and then divide it by 384. Well, that's the block, well, the item texture color handled, and now we just go on to the block color. Register block colors. Register color handlers event, but block is the corresponding event. And here you can register block colors using the block color predicate. This is the state of the block that's currently being colored. A block and tint getter is can get you blocks as of get block state for block position, fluid state, and so on and so forth. But it can also get you tints and for color resolvers. Color resolvers are something like, you gotta be kidding me. Are something like, where are we? Here are something like the grass color, or foliage. That's all done via the block and tint getter. Where is it? There it is somewhere here, and the position of the block and the tint index as we had already in the item. Now, I don't think I already have a block created, maybe? No? Okay, I've now quickly created a block called test, and then we can add models. Here we can add a model. I'm just going to copy over one from another mod. There we go. And here you can also see how a tint index is defined inside of a element supplier of the model. You can see tint index colon 0 is how you define the index of tint. If you don't do this, it will not be able to be dynamically colored. So make sure you have this set up inside of the block to be colored. And now we just have a block that is going to take all the colors, and now we can do all. If you put a hashtag, the color hashtag all, that means that if you register texture as all, every hashtag all texture will be replaced with this texture. And in this case, we're going to use block/diamond block. Oh, should we use? Nah, we will also use white stained glass for complexity. Bonk. Block/white stained glass, and we have to take the element type. Render type is translucent. This has to be added in order for the glass to actually become see-through. Otherwise, it would just be a solid texture without being able to see through it. Now, in the block color handler, here we go. We can register another block color and register the blocks mod blocks dot test dot get, and we want to register it in test block. We just put in here test block colon get color. This method does not yet exist, so we create it. And we can just copy over the custom item method, but we replace the local player reference with the position of the block position Y. The block and tint getter we will not be looking at. This is, as I already mentioned, to get foliage color and something like that. So if you want to have leaves that change depending on the biome they are in, you should use this and use get block tint of the position and color resolvers. Color resolvers, foliage color resolver, biome colors with foliage color resolver, because that's the color provider or resolver for leaves and similar foliage. Block state, you can also get the information of the block that's currently being colored, like if you want to change the color depending on a certain block state property therein, you can get the property from the state here, but we only care about the position in the world. So let's check this. All right, first of all, the texture is fixed again. It goes from very much white all the way down to very much black. And now we can test the block. Xamarin Mode custom and Xamarin Mode. I did not. I will have to use setBlock because I didn't register an item for it. It does not have a model because I forgot the block states. Well, and as you can see, it is now working. We can't get an item, but as... Oh no. We don't want to die. Thank you. We'll be changing this to these coordinates. As you can see, it's very much black because we are at the bottom of the world. And we have to set no occlusion to true because we can now see into the void. That is not supposed to happen. Let's teleport ourselves to level 320 and place a block. I cannot place it here because we are out of the world. Okay, you can see the block is totally white, and yes, we can place bedrock around it, and we can see through the bedrock because we didn't set occlusion to false. But it's white, and down there it is black. And this is gray, and we can see through the ground. Oh dear. Very much like. And while I'm standing cramped below the earth and looking at my beautiful black block, this is the end for this tutorial, and see you soon.